So before I subject myself to the horror that will be bullshit month, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna watch a really good romantic comedy so that at least I go into the month with a very positive and lighthearted attitude. And luckily, I found the right one. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here with the final anime review for Top 10 month, and that's on the anime Servant X Service. So the anime Servant X Service is a very simplistic romantic comedy anime about a woman with an extremely long name. Like, it is just ridiculously long. You don't even get to hear the full name in its entirety in the anime, and that's because her parents, when deciding which name to give her, just couldn't make up their mind what name would fit for their daughter. They just loved them all, so they're like, what the hell? Let's just give her every name in the damn book. And it actually got approved. But for the sake of this review, we're just going to refer to her like she's referred to in the anime, and that's by Lucy. She works as a civil servant as part of her plan to get revenge on the civil servant that approved her ridiculously long name, as well as seeing her interact with various co-workers and customers inside this office building. Now, originally I was supposed to watch and review Horizon on the Middle of Nowhere. But after watching 3 episodes of the anime, I came to realize that the story was extremely convoluted, spewing exposition upon exposition at you in just the first 3 episodes. It was way too much information for my brain to take. I needed a break, and I didn't want to start off bullshit month kind of like tired and exhausted. I just wanted to be relaxed and ready because I know that shit's about to come. And also, it didn't really get that much votes in the poll, so I don't think a lot of people really care to see me review that anime. So I decided, you know what? Let me just go find a good romantic comedy anime and I'll review that instead. So I was flipping through my list of animes that I plan to watch, and one of them that popped up was Servant X Service. Now, I actually been interested to see this anime for quite some time when I found out that it was actually a comedy. I love anime comedies as long as they're done properly, and this one is without exception because I really enjoyed this anime. In fact, I would say it's my second favorite romantic comedy anime this year after Genkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun. One of the 2 reasons as to why I really enjoyed this anime was because it had solid comedy throughout the entire series. Almost every single episode got me laughing my ass off, and it's from the interactions of the characters that most of the humor comes from, which is the best way to do comedy. Most comedy animes or comedy series, the humor comes from more or less the situations and the characters having to deal with it. But with this one, the comedy solely comes from the characters and their interactions with each other. It's the characters that make the comedy, not the situation itself. And since I'm speaking so highly of the characters, I'm sure you can guess what the second reason is as to why I really enjoyed this anime. And that's its colorful characters. Guys, each and every character in this anime got a laugh from me. From the main characters, to the supporting characters, to the reoccurring characters, they are all hilarious and entertaining in their own unique way. And each one of them has a unique personality all to their own, and they're also well developed. Our main character, Lucy, was also a thrill to watch, and it was just so hilarious to see just how oblivious this character can be. She's like a mix between Tenma Skamato and Akihisa Yoshi to make the biggest baka ever in an anime. And though I like all the characters, the true standout in the entire anime that I really liked and related to the most was Hasebe. This guy is just freaking awesome. He has great social skills, has a lot of energy, can do sign language, is very approachable, likable. There's just so much to like about the guy. And honestly, if I ever worked as a civil servant in an office building, this is the guy that I probably would be. I just really like his happy-go-lucky, carefree personality. It just really resonated with me. And his relationship with Lucy, Oh my god, I loved it to death. It's one of the cutest relationships in the entire anime, and their banter among themselves, priceless. It's hilarious and so fun to watch. Honestly, I could watch an entire 12 episode long anime that just revolved around these two and their interactions because it's just so freaking entertaining. Seeing how Lucy would be all defensive whenever Hasebe would say something to her and she would kind of like attack him in a tsundere-like fashion. It's just so freaking fun and it always brought a smile to my face. Their relationship was really dynamic, really well developed, and honestly, I did like how it ended too. Another dynamic relationship in this anime is Chieya and Ichimaya. What made this relationship so great was how these characters were complete and total opposites in personality from each other. You got Chieya, who's a more assertive, upfront type of girl. She speaks her mind a lot. And then you got Ichimaya, who's a very timid, low self-esteem, and just seeing these two interact throughout the entire anime, they always delivered laughs. It made for some of the most comedic moments in the entire anime. Not only were they funny as a couple, but also as standalone characters. Now the story in the anime isn't really the main focus, that actually falls on the characters and their interactions, and to be honest, the story isn't anything really spectacular, but for what the anime was trying to be, the story served its purpose and it was pretty good. The animation by A1 Pictures as well was really solid. Nothing really spectacular, but nothing really too bad. The only issue I had with the animation was actually the character designs, particularly all the male characters. I mean, Hasebe and Ichimaya have the same freaking design. You know, for a moment there, I actually thought that they were twins because they look so similar. And the last thing that I really enjoyed about this anime was the opening and ending themes. They're just so catchy and upbeat and warm and gentle and charming. Especially the ending theme. Love the ending theme to death. I even downloaded it because of how much I really liked it. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go listen to it for yourself because it's just so gentle. It's like a great lullaby in a sense. Now, though I really enjoyed this anime, I do have a couple issues with it. One of the biggest issues that bothered me about this anime, and is pretty obvious if you know me very well, was the incestuous tendencies of Toko, Ichimaya's sister. Now, it's heavily hinted that she has some sort of feelings for her brother, but it's never explicitly said. But the problem that I have with this is that they don't play it off as something really comedic or to add to the comedy. It's just kind of shoehorned in there to kind of add this kind of tension between Ichimaya, his girlfriend, and his sister. And I just felt like that was completely unnecessary. You could have made this scenario a little bit more funny and hilarious. I mean, if the incest was done as a major joke, like in Baka and Tess, then it would have worked. But I felt like they were putting way too much emphasis and way too much attention to make it seem like a legitimate relationship. I don't know, maybe I'm looking way too into it. I mean, it is a very simplistic anime, but I just didn't see what the point was in adding this incestuous relationship. I mean, Ichimaya already had a dynamic relationship with Chieya. We don't need to add this kind of love triangle thing going on, even though it's not really a love triangle thing. It just felt really unnecessary. And speaking of forced and unnecessary, we got my next issue, which was the drama in the last episode, which I freaking hate in romantic comedy animes. It's one of the biggest cliches and sins a romantic comedy anime can commit. Now granted, they tried their damnedest to keep the episode upbeat and hilarious, but to no avail because the jokes just didn't land and there was just way too much emphasis on the drama that surrounded the entire episode. And the turmoil that one of the characters feels in the episode makes absolutely no sense. You could have ended the anime off in a hilarious way and it still would have been fine, but to throw in this drama? Why? And the last issue with this anime that you might see as a nitpick, but I see as a glaring issue, especially for how blatantly obvious it was was the fact that this anime missed a golden opportunity for comedic situations dealing with angry and annoyed people in a civil servant office. I mean, talk about comedy that is literally gift wrapped and handed to you, yet you still don't open it. Now, granted, in the first episode, they do showcase some of the situations that these characters get into, but that is honestly the last time you ever see something to that caliber. The rest of the series is focused on the characters' interactions, which is totally fine, but you can even throw in some comedic, hilarious situations where they're dealing with some upset or hard to deal with customers, yet they don't do that. It's like a missed opportunity. Damn it. But overall, even with all of its problems, I still really enjoyed watching Servant X Service. With its colorful, likable, and memorable characters, solid comedy, this is an anime that I personally would love to watch again. And that's why I'm going to give this anime a 4 out of 5 stars. It is definitely worth watching. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you really enjoy it? Did you get a kick out of it? Or did you find it really boring and dull and you just couldn't get into it? And let me know, who is the funniest couple you have ever seen in an anime? Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned, I have a bunch of videos coming your way before I head out to California. Got a top 10 list, got a few movie reviews, got another reaction video, and 2 special videos that will be coming your way on August 1st. So stay tuned for that. And until then, guys, if you would like to see more videos on this channel, be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Wiley II, your humble civil servant known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube!